Welcome to Music Mountain Theater's Volunteer Orientation. My name is Wendy Cobb, and I'm the Volunteer Coordinator here at MMT. Please take the time to watch this presentation in its entirety as it contains a lot of useful information for our valued volunteers. Our agenda for today is to go through MMT history, volunteer positions and responsibilities, report times and what you should wear, what to do when you arrive, our theater layout and emergency exits, some theater policies, what we expect of our volunteers, what to do if you don't know the answer to a question or have a difficult patron, how you can watch our shows, some faces you'll see around the theater, and what to do if you have any additional questions. So let's get started. Beginning with a little history of Music Mountain Theater, the land our theater sits on is adjacent to the 1962 through 1970 Lambertville Music Circus, owned by St. John, also known as St. John, Terrell. The Music Circus was the first theater in the round in the country housed under a huge striped circus tent. It contained a total of 2,200 seats. Many stars began their careers at the Music Circus, including Bernadette Peters, Dom DeLuise, Shirley MacLaine, and Robert Goulet. The grounds also featured a carousel. Our Music Mountain Theater was named after the Music Circus, and we hope to honor that legacy for many years to come. Our production company, owned by Ginny Brennan, started out in 2001 as Downtown Performing Arts Center in Lambertville. Originally, we were a studio offering classes in acting, musical theater, and dance, which then branched out into us producing performance opportunities for local actors in rented spaces. In 2010, we signed a lease with the Washington's Crossing Open Air Theater in Titusville, where we produced 8 very successful summer seasons of main stage and children's theater shows for the community at large. But performing at an outdoor theater has its challenges: rain, heat, bugs, for example, and we wanted to move into our own indoor theater. That dream became a reality in 2016 when we teamed up with Mike Strober of Strober Wright Roofing, who owns the building, to make that happen. We consider our volunteers an essential part of our team and important to our overall success, and there are several volunteer opportunities you can take advantage of here at MMT. Our ticket ushers direct patrons to the box office to purchase tickets, collect the tickets at the entrance doors, and check each ticket to make sure it's for the correct date and time. They then refer patrons to the seating usher inside the theater and close the entrance doors when the performance begins. We ask that our ticket ushers remain at their post in the lobby for half an hour after the show begins in order to accommodate latecomers. Our seating ushers should know our seat rows and numbering system. They help patrons find their seats and hand out programs. They are also an important part of helping us to monitor the audience during the performance for any infractions, which we'll cover a little later on in this presentation. We ask that our seating ushers remain at their post at the back of the theater seating area for half an hour after the show starts to seat any latecomers. Our concessions helpers should know our inventory and prices. All of our concessions items are prepackaged, and we try to source many of our products from local small businesses, such as popcorn from Cluster's Popcorn in New Hope and chocolate from the Chocolate Box in Lambertville. Concessions helpers sell before the show begins and during intermission, which means they must be in place before intermission starts. Our coat check help is seasonal. These folks accept and store coats and accessories before the show and return them afterwards, so they must be back in place before the show ends. We also ask that they ensure the room is properly secured at all times. Our backstage parents and child wranglers supervise children backstage during dress rehearsals and performances. We usually call these folks backstage parents for our children's theater series and child wranglers for those times when we have children performing in our main stage shows. We ask that you assist with the sign-in of children at arrival, keep them entertained and supervised during downtime, and monitor sign-out at the end of the performance. Our main stage shows are performed on Fridays at 8, Saturdays at 3 and 8, and Sundays at 3. Our children's theater shows are performed during the school year on Saturdays at 11 and 1, and in the summer on Fridays and Saturdays at 11 and 1. Main stage shows feature our adult actors and include many of the most popular Broadway shows ever to grace the Broadway stage. Children's theater shows, mostly fairy tales, are performed by children aged 18 and younger and are focused on our younger audience. Each month, around the middle of the month, you'll get an email from me with a link to the sign-up form for the following month's shows. You should sign up on that form, and once you sign up, please assume you are confirmed unless you hear from me otherwise. Also be aware that we may ask you to switch positions when you arrive to help at the theater if we have a stronger need for your help in another area. Regarding reporting times, ending times, and attire, we ask that all ushers, concessions help, and coat check help wear dressier black or black and white. Those people should all report 45 minutes prior to showtime. The time you sign up for on the Sign Up Genius form is listed as your report time. Ending time for ushers is at show's end, so you're able to monitor the audience during the performance. Ending time for concessions is after intermission, and ending time for coat check is after all the coats are picked up after the show. For backstage parents and child wranglers, you should report half an hour prior to call time, and we'll let you know when that is. Call times for the cast can vary depending on what they need to do before the show. Your ending time would be after all the children have been picked up. What should you do when you arrive at Music Mountain Theater? Regardless of your position, when you arrive at the theater, there are lockers available for your use in the back of the coat room. We ask that everyone wear a volunteer lanyard while they are working for us. These lanyards are hanging on the side of the lockers. Please return them at the end of your shift. Flashlights for seating ushers are located in the basket above the lockers. Please use them when seating latecomers in the darkened theater. After you get your lanyard, ushers, concessions, and coat check should report to the back of the theater seating area or the lobby 45 minutes prior to showtime for a quick briefing. Backstage parents and child wranglers should report to the green room half an hour prior to call time and speak with the stage manager when you arrive. It's important that you are familiar with our theater layout and the location of our emergency exits. MMT is a warehouse-style building with our main entrance being in the front where you enter into the lobby. To the far right of the lobby is the box office, and then down the hallway are the coat room and the men's restroom. That is where the public space ends, but beyond the hall door is the green room, and beyond that is backstage. To the far left as you enter the lobby is the concessions area, and then down the hallway is the ladies' room, after which the public space on that side of the building ends. We have 2 entrance doors off the lobby into our seating area. There are 3 emergency exits out of that seating area. The back half of the seats should exit out the back where they came in, which takes them through the lobby and out the front doors. The front half of the seating area, which is the area closest to the stage, should exit up the side steps leading up to the stage on either side, and then out the exit doors on either side of the stage, which will take them through either the green room or down a hallway to another exit door that leads directly outside. A little earlier, I mentioned theater policies that we ask you to enforce. We've put a lot of work into making the dream of our own theater come true, and obviously we want to keep it as nice as it can be and provide our patrons with a good theater experience. Therefore, we ask that no food or drink be allowed in the seating area with the exception of water, no unauthorized people be allowed in the non-public areas of the building, no photography or video recording devices be used during the performance, and no cell phones be used during the performance. Primarily, it is the usher's job to monitor the audience for infractions and, if seen, to politely ask that person to refrain. We greatly appreciate your willingness to work with us, and we only ask that you adhere to a few expectations for all our volunteers. Please be on time, wear your lanyard, Adhere to our dress code of black or black and white. Be professional and courteous to all of our patrons. Remain at your duty station for the entire length of time you are supposed to be there. Don't use your personal cell phone while on duty. And please do not bring children or any others with you when you are signed up to work. No one knows the answer to everything, so if someone asks you a question that you don't know the answer to, please direct that person to the box office staff who will know how to handle it. They can either provide the answer or will know who to contact. We've all encountered difficult people at times, which can be quite challenging. The important thing to remember is that you are representing the theater and to therefore remain calm and professional. If the issue is something you can't resolve, you can always refer the person to Ginny Brennan, MMT's owner and general manager. Ginny can most often be found either in the lobby, in the box office, or in the back of the theater seating area prior to and during performances. On the day that you are volunteering with us, you are welcome to watch the show for free. We'd like to remind you that this courtesy only extends to you as the volunteer. Any other family members or friends would need a paid ticket in order to enter. Also, please be mindful of your job expectations and remain at your post for the amount of time you are asked to. And last, please know that we cannot guarantee you a seat in the event the show is sold out. To give you an idea of who we are and what we look like, here are the people that you may encounter while you're at MMT. Starting at the left, Ginny Brennan is our CEO and General Manager. I'm Wendy Cobb and I'm the Volunteer Coordinator. Kelsey Dunn is our Stage Manager. Julie Polina is our Box Office Manager. Amy Mahar works in our box office, as does Christine Garafola. Feel free to approach any one of us at any time. That brings us to the end of the presentation. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at musicmountainwendy@gmail.com. You can also call our box office number, which is 609-397-3337. Thank you for your attention, and we look forward to working with you.